afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Wednesday, March 26th. What a wild day in the chat room. It was called a perfect top when the Dow was up 35, and we all switched to puts and made some great money on SPY, Facebook, and many others. We'll take a look at all that in just a minute. First of all, let's take a look at the Dow. We're going to give it 1, 2, 3 strikes and you're out. All right, that's it. 3 strikes, you're out. The Dow is done. It is toast. It tried 3 times, just couldn't do it. Here's your top, here's your top, here's your top, okay? Power selling came into this today, and we did manage to get back under the middle Bollinger Band, and that just kind of works out perfect for us. All right, anyway, the next stop for the Dow on the daily is going to be the 16,128 acting as support along with your lower Bollinger Band and your 100-day moving average. So keep an eye on this area for support for your Dow. Taking a look at the week, this is the daily, by the way, and this is the weekly right here. Taking a look at the weekly, you can see how the weekly's setting up pretty ugly also. And you have the middle Bollinger Band right here at 16,143. So if we get under that in the next couple of days, then you can plan on a downtrend starting and coming down to this 50-day moving average here, where the last support was here, and then you had some support right in this area also. So this is on the weekly, and that's down here at 15.6. So keep an eye on the Dow. It's definitely topping out, but we said that in January when we had this double top, and all we're going to do is milk the clock until finally we just start dropping off the cliff. This is a monthly chart here down on this corner, and just to get another view, I want to make sure you see everything here. So you know, your middle down here, your middle Bollinger Band is sitting at 14.78 on the monthly. So okay, we're very extended over and been riding this upper Bollinger Band for quite some time now. Okay, we called the double top in January, and that was it. And you have the double bottom here. So once we get under that, look for this to really get moving to the downside. So it looks like the Dow's gonna, you know, really pull back and drop pretty nicely. It's setting up for it anyway. Okay, so that's the Dow. Take a look at the SPY today. The SPY, we really nailed that one today, and it became a very lucrative trade for us. But the same thing, had this cluster of tops right here, and you know, it just can't get back over it. So when we were green today, probably about 35, we reversed trades and puts, and that was that. It just went nuts. It was a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. The last 20 minutes was fine too. Look for the 50-day moving average, 183. That's going to call us right into you know, being oversold for a bounce. Okay, so look, I'm going to say the 182 area just because of another chart. So I'm going to call us down here at the 100-day moving average before we get a bounce. Look for it to get pretty ugly. Your middle Bollinger Band right here on the 50-day, on the weekly chart is right here at 182, and I think that's what we're going to hit here. I think we'll get a little bit of a bounce, and it'll probably hit its head like 184 and then start turning to the downside. But I think we'll get under this next week, under the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly next week at some point, and come down to this 50-day moving average, 173. We do have a gap to fill right here on the 15-minute chart, which is this double bottom right here, which is 177, and that was my target coming back over here. I had a 177 target on that, so our drop should hit 177 before we get a nice solid bounce to the upside. Looking at the monthly, it's just not holding it. Look for this candle to turn red the next 2 days and come down and probably close somewhere in, you know, in this area, but then see where your support's going to be, the 177. Everything lines up. Everything lines up. So 177. If you watch on our other video, the members video, you'll understand what I've done is taken several charts and wrapped them all together. So we take a look at how all the indicators wrap in together on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. That way you can really plan out your trade and go for time frames and everything else. So make sure you check out the members videos today. If you're not a members video, if you're not a member, it's $500. It's definitely worth it. I mean, guys made that today without any trouble whatsoever. You know, so it's definitely worth it to get into some of the stuff that we're in. Plus, being in the chat room, you can't beat it. I mean, it was a blast today and huge money we made. So let's take a look at one that we've been talking about that we alerted for the members, and then for the non-members, we also did a video on it when we were over here on the upside of this middle Bollinger Band. JDST, it's a gold miner. It looks really good coming up for this gap close. Broke the 50-day moving average today. It's just been in a beast mode to the upside. Options have been fantastic. So we're getting a little bit high here on the relative strength index, and so look for this to break a little bit above it, and then come back in, and then probably channel sideways between the 50-day moving average 26.60 and maybe $30 somewhere in there. We'll do a nice little channel before we come up and move to 44. What I've done in the other members video tonight also is I did an in-depth look at this one and time frames and planning the trade a little bit better, and also wrapping the indicators together. So make sure you check out the members videos tonight. That definitely benefit you. What else did I want to take a look at? I wanted to take a look at Facebook. Why Facebook? Because that was probably one of our biggest trades today. Along with SPY. We came up, and on the daily of the 50-day moving average, once it broke under the 50-day moving average, it was screaming at us, absolutely screaming at us to please buy puts. All right, all gaps get filled. It's that simple. I've been teaching it. I've been training it. We've been showing it on a daily basis. It is what it is. All gaps get filled. Okay, Facebook, even though it's oversold right now, Facebook will probably bounce right here at the 58. Okay, and probably trade up to this area here. We're going to use this cluster here, which will be a 62. Okay, it's a very lucrative trade. So if you were in chat today, you made huge money on this in SPY, along with a few others, and JDSU to the upside, and about 13 others. But anyway, so look for 58 to 61 area to be a trade zone before we drop again and come down and fill this gap. After it fills this gap, it's going to channel across similar to something like this. It's going to go up and down, down, and then make a decision on what it wants to do. Okay, so what I think is going to happen here is turn into basically a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so you have the shoulder here and you have the head here, and now we're going to create a shoulder pattern on the other side, and then make a decision. Either we're going to go to the upside or we're going to go to the downside. I think Facebook will go to the upside, but we'll have to see and find out. But let it create the right shoulder now. Okay, that's what we're going to need after we fill this gap. So it's just going to be, it's going to be down here. It's going to come down to 53 and come up to 57 to 58 area for a while. So she's just going to channel across while the market does its thing. But you're going to get that bounce off the 100-day moving average and then come back down and fill this maybe on Friday or something like that. And we'll have to see what happens on a weekly basis. Take a look at the middle Bollinger Band here, and that's at 58. 73 or 58 in that area. Look how it lines up with the 100-day moving average. Okay, mine lines up perfect. So if we go under this, then you're going to be in a downtrend on Facebook. Okay, on a weekly basis, you're going to be in a downtrend. And this is the stuff I'm teaching in the other videos, the members videos. So now taking a look at the monthly, because this is a daily, weekly, and monthly chart. All right, so taking a look here, you have the same support that I was just talking about over here in this area. Okay, so it comes off of this candle. So look for this one to come down here. But Facebook could actually come down to this middle Bollinger Band at 37. It could. Okay, if everything falls apart, if we break down more and more and more. Okay, this is just from a technical standpoint. Okay, because it's very overextended over the middle Bollinger Band, so expect that to take place. All right, ISR is another one. ISR, everybody knows that we alerted this one at 86 in the chat room. We've been trading it ever since, and we made huge money when it came up here to 377. That was one of our biggest gainers, along with ZBB. That was another one, big gainer. If you were in live chat with us. Then it came down. I said let it consolidate a little while, get a double bottom, and then it took a nice little pop today, but it did get a sell-off into close. So if this is a new bottom here, this will probably be a bottom, your $2, 208 area. If there's pressure for this to go to the upside, then this will hold support and then move to the upside. So looking at the weekly, the only thing I don't like being so far outside the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly. I would like to see it come back down and get back inside and chill out for a little bit. Okay, it's a big move, from 80s to 376. Now taking a look at your monthly, same thing. You're over the 50. If you use this 179, your 100-day moving average on your monthly, then you can use that up here also, because the 179 is your upper Bollinger Band. It's right inside of it. So you could see 179 is probably going to be support for this one once it pulls back a little bit, unless it just keeps going up. We'll have to find out and see what happens there. Let's take a look at one. This will be a nice little treat for you that you can play and make some money, and then you can also join as a member after you make money with this one, or whatever you want to do. This has potential to start moving to the upside. Came into a nice little pinch, WTW. You know, Weight Watchers got hammered, and you know, it's been in this downtrend, but it looks like you have a triple bottom here. I'm about to break this. You know, this is getting tight right here, and you're about to break the middle Bollinger Band on the daily. If you do that, then you could probably get moving to the upside and get the 24, and then eventually fill this gap up here at 27.89, because it will fill the gap. They all fill the gaps. All right, taking a look over here at the weekly. It's not ready yet, but it has a nice little foundation right now getting started. So this is definitely a proactive trade. Keep your stops and keep a tight eye on it. And if you look right here, you have your middle Bollinger Band. So that'll be a resistance here on WTW. Over here in the monthly, it looks like crap. You know, we've come down from, you know, 47 down to, it's been cut in half, over half. But this could be your double bottom on the monthly. If we can get over the bottom of this candle, which is 21.47, and close above that, which will be a nice candle here on the monthly. If we can get in there, then that'll show a full reverse. So this could be a proactive trade. It could be just a little bit of a short cover, but who knows? We'll have to see what happens. All right, this is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Join us, guys. It's time for you to come into chat. You know, there's 35 of us having a blast. Never laughed so hard in all my life today. So, you know, we're learning, trading, and a great group of friends. All right, have yourself a great night.